Have you ever wondered about being a twin and if they have a psychic connection? Well, I'm here today to tell you from my very own personal experience how to answer that question. I am a twin, and my twin sister's name is Sophia, and most would say that we're very much identical. But from being a twin, you always get the same old questions. What if you were actually switched at birth and you're Sophia? Do you ever try and trick people? How do we tell you two apart? Well, over the years, Sophia and I have come up with some common traits to tell people to tell us apart. Or, my favorite, what is it like to be a twin? Well, this is one of the hardest to answer because what am I supposed to do? Tell my whole life story? Do you guys ever fight? Well, duh, we fight. Do you and your siblings ever fight? And finally, what gets me to the topic of today, can you read each other's minds? Well, obviously no, but there are things that Sophia and I can do that are close to this, particularly sports. Ours is basketball. Sophia and I have been playing basketball before I can even remember. At first, my dad set up a basketball hoop in the garage and we would play one-on-one or pig for hours. These hours are where our first fights occurred. These fights would be throwing the ball at each other or playing such aggressive defense that the other would start crying in frustration. Sophia's favorite thing to do was come at me running as fast as she could, plowing me over and claiming it was a blocking foul. But I was more of the throw the ball at her as hard as I could and walk away before I ripped her head off type. But these were the competition that drove us. The first competition I could remember that we competed in was the annual hoop shoot, which you would shoot 25 free throws and first place would move on to the next location. That year, Sophia received first and I got third. Silly me at 8 years old, I thought first through third moved to the next location. So I was all happy and talking and telling all my friends about it until one day my parents realized I thought I was moving on as well and had to tell me the heartbreaking news. I remember crying and yelling and saying, if only I knew I had to beat Sophia, then that would have been piece of cake. And this is the competition that drove us for the next 8 years. Our parents would discreetly congratulate the winner while calming down the loser. As we grew older, we played on many basketball teams, including AAU teams, which are teams that travel around in the off-season and partake in tournaments. Until one day, 7th grade, this all ended. It was the most looked forward to time of the year. But one day at track practice, Sophia was hurdling and misplaced her steps and hit the hurdle, falling weirdly, breaking her leg in 3 places. When this happened, everything changed. I would shoot by myself in the garage, go to practice by myself. I'd turn to her to tell her about the play and she wasn't there. I had to learn how to play by myself. At first I hated it because I always knew where she was going to be. From just the raise of the eyebrows between back door, or the quick pass for a give and go, or the car rides home talking all about our plays of who played better. Or when we would double team people and get the ball for the steal and I'd throw the ball down the court before I even knew where she was running because I knew where she was going to be. Yes, we had a connection. We couldn't read each other's minds as some Hope twins could do, but we knew each other, what we were going to do from growing up with each other, playing with each other. We grew accustomed. So when Sophia broke her leg, it wasn't only a dagger to her, but to me. I realized that I played horrible without her, and that year I took it upon myself to become a better individual player. Yes, I became better, and yes, I was able to play with the other girls, but it was never the same. Playing by myself has helped me in high school when we aren't in the game at the same time. But once Sophia comes into the game, our mentalities change, which leads me to end with, there are advantages and disadvantages of playing on the court with a twin. Advantages would be our connection on the court, and disadvantages would be once college comes, colleges don't want 2 point guards on the same team. Making us realize that we may not play together forever, but our twin connection will never be lost. Thank you.